This part of the course is about learning how to identify rewards for your dog and be able to organise rewards for part of your recall and lead walking training. Early dogs evolved in an environment where food was scarce, where they had to compete with humans and other dogs for their meals. Early dogs also had to compete for other resources such as shelter and mates. An evolutionary result of this experience is an ancient part of the brain that encourages a dog to seek and protect anything that individual believes will help them to survive. No matter how unusual the choice may seem, it is the dog that decides what is worth protecting. The brains of our dogs are still today seeking out rewards, working out how to get better rewards in the most energy efficient way. And if running away from you or pulling on the lead leads to more rewards, then the dogs will continue to repeat this behaviour. Our approach to training is all about conditioning the dog's natural behaviours in a way that increases their reward experience in a safe manner. With an increase in scientific discoveries of how the brain works, one thing we all need to do is to challenge our old understanding of what is a reward in dog training. The majority of pet dog owners still define a reward as something given to the dog in payment for good behaviour. The dog pleases us, so we reward them with a piece of food. This narrow view of rewards prevents us from getting the best out of our dogs, especially when dealing with lead walking or recall issues. Rewards and how the dog's brain goes looking for them is so much more interesting than a piece of food and the words good dog. And it is from here that we are going to explore our dog's experiences of rewards whilst we're out and about, and we're going to learn how to use them to see more of the behaviours that would make our walks more enjoyable and keep our dogs safe in the long term. Rewards are not defined by their physical properties, but by the behavioural reactions they induce. That's from Wolfram Schultz, and it's worth repeating many, many times. And what this means is that you can put aside that list of high value rewards that the dog training world tells us we need, and instead we can turn to the experts here. And those experts are our own dogs. So you can sit back, observe your dog, and let your dog tell you what they find truly rewarding when they're out and about with you. Here's another quote from Schultz that I think is really useful. Any stimulus, object, event, activity, or situation that has the potential to make us approach and consume is a reward. Now that opens up a whole world of rewards far beyond the single piece of food or the toy. Consuming in this context does not mean eating and drinking, although that is included. So for example, when we read a book, we are consuming. When a dog sniffs a patch of grass, they are consuming. When we stop and look at a view, we are consuming. And when a dog settles in the sunny spot on the couch, they are consuming. All of these are rewards. This consumption is associated with a pleasure response in the brain. The same happens in our brain when we stop to take a photo on our phone or like a post on social media. Schultz talks about consumption and approach. Identifying approach behaviour from our dog is a skill and one we can improve with practice. So here's your first activity. What rewards are available for your dog when they are outside. That's not only rewards from you, but think about rewards from the environment, things they see, things they hear, and especially with dogs, things they smell, things they do, places they go. What are all the rewards that could be available for your dog? And when you've got your whole list, then it's time to separate them out. So which of these rewards come from you and which from the environment? And then keep an approach log. What does your dog move towards? What do they enjoy, or what do they consume? What do they take part of? So just monitor your dog for a week or so and have a look at what causes them to move forwards, because that's very likely to be a reward. And whilst we're thinking about rewards that are added in, we can also start to think about how some of our approaches to managing dogs outside may actually cause rewards to be temporarily removed. So some examples would be saying no to the dog or similar, jerking the lead, dragging the dog, pulling the dog, head collars or no pull harnesses that they're not comfortable for dogs to wear. And another one that you might not think about, but are you working too hard for your dog's age and skill level? So are you doing a lot of calling the dog, telling the dog what to do, directing them all the time, when actually they know fine, and it would make them feel better if you trusted them a bit more and you were just available to reward behaviours rather than constantly directing behaviours. So once we have our list of rewards, we can say, does our dog always find that rewarding, or does it change? So in this picture, this dog thoroughly enjoyed stretching out full length on the couch whenever his owner was in the house, but it was not a reward when his owner left the house. skill that we all need to learn is when to start the reward process. When should we start rewarding? And we always say that you need to start rewarding at the point of the dog's commitment. In the example of recall, this is the moment where you can see that your dog has decided to give up what they're doing and return back towards you. If you look at the picture here, as this dog came out the tunnel, they had choices. They could have gone straight on, they could have gone left, but you can see from the dog's body language that they have made a decision to turn right towards their handler. This would be the point of commitment, and that's the point where the handler would start the reward. In traditional dog training of recall, we're very often told to leave our dogs, call our dogs, and reward our dogs once the dog arrives in front of us. But remember, this comes from obedience competition and won't always hold up under the conditions of being out and about with lots of other things going on around you. So as we're out working with our dogs, being with our dogs, playing with our dogs, enjoying our dogs, we're going to keep looking for that commitment and begin to give the dog rewarding feedback at that point. So it may begin with your voice, your body language. It may end up with a game or a piece of food when they're very close to you. But you do need to begin the reward at the start, at the point of commitment. And let's keep in mind that the purpose of recall, the purpose of asking a dog to come back to you, is so that your dog can access more rewards with you.